Okay. I am done with a little bit of setup stuff. Move over to here. Sweet. Okay, that's up and going. I got one last thing, like I always do. One day I'll find a better way to make sure chat pops up every time, but I always have to do that. And boop, there we go. Okay. I hope everyone's having a good evening. Welcome to the stream, all that are watching. It has been a minute. I feel like I say it every time. But every time I do start streaming for the week, I feel like I restart again. But, welcome to the live stream. Today, we're not doing Warhammer stuff. We are... or I'm going to be doing some models for a RPG that I want to run with some friends called Never Going Home. It is a World War I inspired tabletop adventure. And the premise is that during the war, something happened and it caused magic to leak in to the world during the time of World War I. So you and your group play as soldiers, and the premise is that these characters are not lasting long. So I have a few more models that I need to prime and stuff. Like I got this guy, I got to prime and all that. But a few more models like these that I got to prime at some point. But I'm making a platoon. A full platoon. I had to do some research to figure out like what the number was for a platoon in World War I and other stuff like that. So we'll see how many I get done. They're not gonna be super detailed, but I spent the last couple days just getting them painted black, and I did go heavily on the dry brushing with the white. The main thing that sold me on the system, and I will grab the book real quick and show everyone. So the main thing that sold me on this system was really the art color, or the artwork. It's very heavily like watercolored based, and it just has a bunch of unique art and just very grim, dark settings and feelings. I don't know why that was being weird with the camera, but it's got beautiful art. If you get the chance to, you should definitely check out some of the books and stuff. This is a little campaign I'm going to be running for my friends and all that. This one takes place when the Americans are just entering the war, so I figured I'd throw in some American soldiers, but a couple other soldiers. The main colors I'm going to be painting in are going to be like black and the green speed paint. I figured I'd also use these in Trench Crusade, because I do want to get into that. And I figured I'd make my own little one, or throw it into another faction. And yeah, I've been sitting on these models for a while. These are some like Kriegsman models I bought off of Etsy. They're not Kriegsman, but they're like 3D printed. They're kind of better quality than GW stuff. Made me kind of realize I should have bought 3D printed stuff a lot sooner. But I have two models of this whole set that I actually like the most. And it's this commander. And where is he? I'm going blind for a second. Here he is. And this guy. So, I'm going to save these two for last for myself, but I like their two poses the most. Yeah, it's kind of Trench Crusade. What I pretty much said is that I'm going to be doing a RPG system called Never Going Home with Some Friends, and I've had these 3D printed, like, Kriegsman models, kind of just like just, you know, War Guardsmen. I figured when I'm not using these for the RPG, I can also use these in Trench Crusade. I do want to play Trench Crusade, and I figured these would be run in New Anton, I believe is the name. But yeah, I've already showed it once. I'll show it again. The RPG is called Never Going Home. This is the artwork, or this is the main book. This is the artwork on it. It sold me mostly because of the artwork. I love the watercolor looks on it and all that stuff, but it's a World War I based RPG. The whole premise is that you're not going to last long with characters. I guess character creation is like 90 seconds long, depending on what you do. Probably longer for the first time you make one, but yeah. So I'm excited to run it. I want to run it for some friends. Not that I'm not going to do the D&D map that we did last stream. That's for some other friends. This is for my regular D&D group that I play with. So I've kind of like decided that this is going to be a full platoon of soldiers. I'll have 4 players. It's World War One with like magic in it. So I guess at some point, I never played it, but from what the like creators have said and stuff like that about it, is it's set in World War One, but something happened during the war that kind of brought magic and like weird corrupted things into the world. It doesn't start in the beginning. They have a bunch of different campaign books. I have the one called Spit in the Dirt. It's based when the Americans came in during World War One. So it's an RPG system that I wanted to try for a bit. I just haven't gotten around to it. But I'd also use these guys in Trench Crusade. I'm going to try and base these off of some American soldiers, some Canadian, and also my own little thrown in colors to it. I did some research beforehand and was thinking up what to do for these guys. I wanted to stick with that heavy watercolor feel, although I've never done that before. I wanted to give these guys like a watercolor feel, so I'm going to try using a lot of the speed paints that I have and kind of fill in that. And I will say, after going through and getting these guys primed and all that, I started looking at 3D prints again, and I'm like, I might be grabbing more 3D printed stuff in the future instead of buying from GW. Not that GW doesn't make good models and stuff like that. Some would just, STLs and stuff are way better looking, is what I'll have to say. Plus the price is so much cheaper. To buy like I bought 30 of these guys. This is even all 30. I bought 30 of these guys for like $30 at the time. A little bit more than 30, but compared to spending 60 on like a model of 10, that's a huge difference. That's a very big difference. So I figured I'd also use these guys, like I said, Trench Crusade with New Anton. I think it's New Anton. I don't want to run the heavily religious group in Trench Crusade. I want to be like the more normal-ish guys. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good week and they had a good weekend and all that. Got to do some fun stuff and enjoy. Just do something fun in general. That's what I'm saying. Just do something. Hope you all did something fun. God, it's been way too long since I did a video, and I feel like it's affecting my chatting. I tried to make it this week so I'd stream a lot more, so I wouldn't get rusty and have the weird, awkward intros every single goddamn time. But I'm really liking that green. That might... I think that'll work out better than I thought. I've already been like planning further ahead than I probably should when it comes to these, like this game. Sup, Ben? It's good to see ya. We gotta hang out sometime, actual person. It's been far too long. JJ says, "Oh, dude, I bought North Star military figures for Frostgrave, a skirmish game. Like 20. Yeah, 3D print is just more the way to go. They're so much cheaper than GW. I just have. If I just like playing tournaments and stuff like that, or played with. There's some places that I can run 3D printed, like on personal games and stuff like that, but there's like one store where I think you have to use GW models, so yeah, I need to figure out. I'm going to switch up their colors, so I wanted to run some with black jacket, some with green, and I wanted to do blue as well. Or should I do brown? I might do brown. Oh, they're not 3D, they're modular plastic. Yeah. That's still good. Okay, I think I am going to run like black, brown, and green for some of the coats. I should sort through and figure out who I want to be green, who I want to be black. I think I want black coats to be the more higher command guys. Yeah. I'll do these three. Don't I have another? Oh, I do have one more guy. These four. Well, the black. You might be a brown. I don't know. I've never done a camo pattern before. I can certainly try. I wanted to be a little bit accurate to the book colors and to actual war. I don't know if they wore camo colors during World War One. So make this guy. I'm just grabbing all the ones that I want to have green. I can certainly try a camo color. Yeah, so I was probably going to stick with just like the basic one colors on top of them. I'm also going to spread this up into, because I have 3 commander style guys, I was going to have commander or sergeant. I should probably say sergeant. That's true. It is anything goes. And because these are my models, I kind of want to just do the watercolor thing with it. But maybe I thought about splitting each guy up into like 10-man squads. And because each of these guys, that'd be 3, so I don't know. That's probably me thinking too much into it. We'll do these guys in green. do you in green as well. I'll decide the rest later. Probably do you in black as well. And the medic in black. I do got one guy that I'm gonna say he's injured the whole time. Initially, this is supposed to be the arm holding like a flag and all that, and somehow it broke. So I decided to give him a gun, and then make it look like he's injured, but he's still trying to do his best on the battlefield. He'll probably die a lot quicker than. I realize. Do I have a or did I toss it out? You always hear people say "oh." Oh, just like as a filler sound. I do say "oh" like quite a bit just as that little filler. I'd say besides painting these models, what I'm also excited to paint is their bases. I wanted to get a really nice battlefield. Like, these guys are all in trenches. So what I'm thinking for the campaign for these units is that this is a scout squad. They're a scout squad invading Italy. Or they're scouting for the major army that is going to be invading up through Italy. And they need to, you know, figure out what the Italian Axis powers are doing. And if it's actually safe or not for the rest of the army to come up and continue the invasion. I know... yeah, I should do a practice model on these guys, but it's also not that hard for me to go through and, like, use simple green to, like, get the paint off and then just restart from the beginning. And also, like, these models aren't gonna, like, I guess I should say is, I'm not painting for a whole unit cohesion. I wanted to think that these are a mixed unit. It is a platoon, but, you know, maybe there's some Americans, there's some French or British or Canadian, like, guys in here. So they're still wearing their original uniforms, but they're just in this mixed platoon. Simple Green is a cleaning product, and what I usually do is I will soak a model in these. Yeah, I'll soak a model into it. It's a product that I found. It's a product I found that hasn't dissolved models. I know some people will throw. Oh, I forget what the other ones are, but it's just it's a cleaning product up here that's like not bleach. And it just takes the paint off. You say you've tried LA's Awesome and Baked Fluid. I haven't really tried any other products. Just in my household, because it's a cleaning product, it's why I've used it and all that. This is looking... The dry brush method is much better than how I was doing it before. I know this is heavily dry brush. This is not how it's supposed to look. I've not tried the LA Big Awesome stuff. I've just kind of found something I have, and I'll usually stick with it. I don't usually go off. Oh, have I heard of Tabletop Minions channel? No, I have not heard of them. I think you talked about them before, and I meant to go check them out. I just never did. I've been a little preoccupied with, like, other stuff going on and all that. Talked about it before. Work and life have just been a little bit much as of late. I'm trying to take breaks and enjoy some stuff. What I really like to do is get out of the house and go hang out with people. I haven't done that in quite a bit, and I'm missing it. I did it yesterday. I played Magic with some friends, and that was a long game. We played a 7-person commander game of Magic. Some people took forever on their turns. I tried to be quick so we weren't sitting there forever. I didn't get home last night until midnight, and I didn't go to bed until 1 o'clock in the morning. So if I'm a little tired and a little bit out of it, I do apologize. I'll have to check out that game, JJ, after stream. Or check out the channel and then I'll check out their game. Try to make sure I get, like, any little spot. Not that I have to with this stuff, but I just like to. I think the speed paint is... I'm going to be repeating this quite a bit. The speed paint's giving me that watercolor kind of feel I want. Oh, I will say, buying a bunch of, like, 3D printed models off of Etsy, they're actually, like, if I want to test a whole color scheme on just a model, I think this is what I'll do, is just buy a bunch of, like, cheap 3D printed models, or at least cheap in relative terms, and test the paint scheme to see how it turns out on every single one of them. That way, like, you know, I might find a color combination that might work for some models, and some would be like, it doesn't really work out like I hoped. Yeah. I was gonna buy the Army Painter, like, beginner speed paint set this weekend from my local hobby store, but someone bought it already, and the only other, like, speed paint set they had was their whole speed paint line that's, like, 230, and, like, I'm not gonna spend 230. I only want the starter colors just so I can, you know, I don't think I'm gonna need a lot of different greens and stuff like that. Oh, okay, talking about the game store. So, most of the time, people, like, will make fun of how people smell in game stores and stuff like that. Like, oh, like, a Nurgle player smells really bad, they won't shower and stuff like that. I met some of the smelliest people ever at the game store. I physically had to keep a 10-foot distance away from them because they smelled so bad. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna go to a public place, you need to smell decent and put yourself together. Like, it... Ugh. I think what sucked most is after they left and I went to, like... And, of course, they were looking at the Warhammer section. I went to go look at the Warhammer minis. Their smell lingered. It lingered there for, like, a good couple minutes. I think the store literally left their door open so the smell would leave. Like, I left, realized I need to buy some more stuff, realized the people that were in that corner left, and also realized that, oh, hey, the store left their door open. I wonder why. And I go to that spot, I'm like, oh, I see why. It smells extremely bad here. And I had to go back to that Warhammer spot because it's where they keep the can of the Army, like, painter paint. So if this is the store, let's say these are the people. They're looking at the Space Marines over here, and Army painters right behind them. They left. I got back. Let's say this is me. I got back here, and I'm trying to buy the Army painter stuff, and I'm like, it smells so bad. I felt bad for the employees. JJ says, I spent many days in my LGS, and man, there were a lot of... Yeah, I bet. I just don't get it. Like, don't you... Can't you smell yourself? Can't you, like, realize how bad you smell to other people? Like, I'm self-conscious of how I smell around other people. I'm self-conscious how I look in general around people, but I'm just like, how? I feel gross if I don't shower. Like, if I skip a day of showering, I feel gross. I've done it, but with my line of work, I don't ever skip. I shower every day. I know it's bad for my skin and stuff like that, but I work outside in the heat all day. I am taking a shower every goddamn day. I need just a little bit more of the speed paint to do his hat and this section, but I don't think I have enough. Ugh. If I ever work in a gaming store and I smell someone bad, I'm like, listen, as a store, I know we want your money, but you need to leave and go take a shower. And a can of, like, Axe spray is not a shower. What's up, Formula? I hope you're having a good evening. You're catching me in the middle of complaining about smelly game store patrons. Darn, I was really hoping I didn't have to get a little bit more speed paint in there. Oh, I do got one more guy, so... Yeah, I think physically they were worshipping Nurgle, but they weren't buying Nurgle models. It was a guy trying to get his friends into Warhammer. I don't think the guy trying to get his friends into Warhammer smelled. He did look greasy. But one of the guys just smelled so bad. And the problem is it lingered, so there was a definite stink cloud there. So, yeah. Also, I am not working on Warhammer models. These are all 3D printed models. I am doing them for a World War I RPG that I am very excited to run. Yeah, they are prime future Nurgle worshippers. I mean, they might have a Nurgle army and I don't even know about it. Who honestly knows? Yeah. Now, I've had these 3D printed models for as long as I've been into Warhammer. I think I want to do a guard army, and I don't have a printer. I ordered them off of Etsy. I don't remember the company or the page. I've found this similar... I think Starforge was the name of the brand. Because I found, like, similar looking models. And the main thing behind them was Starforge. I was looking at, like, other models because I'm like, I might buy some of these just for the gimmick and throwing them in. There's definitely more models I want to get off of Etsy. There's like a Norn Queen model that I want to buy and run it as a Hive Tyrant. Or no, not a Hive Tyrant. Run it as a Biotitan. That's the word. But, yeah, another... So besides... I'll have to look at Starforge, see if they're an actual, like, website and stuff like that. I want to buy models off of, like, Dragoon something. Yeah. The pile of shame is very big. I'm in the middle of, like, packing as well, so I don't want to, like, dare open up or paint something new for myself. So I was like, what's a quick easy thing I can do this week? And yes, I could continue the Tyranid, like, kill team. I have them right here. And I will probably continue them at some point. But I wanted to freshen things up here and do other things in Warhammer that are also minis. But yeah, not this week, but the week of the 26th and 27th. I don't know how many streams I'll have that week because that's my moving week, and I gotta figure out if... I don't know how I'm gonna set myself up over there. Okay, Formula says a day or two ago, my brain has been doing backflips thinking about Idoneth schemes. My wallet screams as I'm very tempted to get some Islodith now. I don't know that model, that army type, or that scheme. Come on. Oh, Deepkin. Oh, yeah. Oh, the Sea Elves. Okay. Once you said, like, Deepkin, I was thinking of dwarves. Then you said Sea Elves, and then I understood. They got a good model set as well. I want to get the giant turtle and the, like, water serpent dragon model from them. Just for, like, to paint them, because I think they'd be fun to paint. They're so flowy that I feel like I'd be able to just do some interesting like little tricks. Yeah, big turtle. Uh, I was going through my magic collection, like putting some in, or I was putting my magic cards in a binder just so I know what everyone had or what I had, and I forgot that I wanted to make a turtle deck. So I had like the dragon turtle card, and I had like a giant snapping turtle card. And I'm like, I gotta build this deck. I forgot I wanted to build this. But yeah, that's the other reason why I went to the my like game store, was to buy magic cards. I'm not heavily into magic like all my friends are, but time's a ticking, and there's a certain event I'm doing all of them, so I gotta buy those. But yeah, Big Turtle is definitely on my list at some point. Whenever I get into like AOS. So you don't have any models, but you want to make an army, and you're trying to think of a scheme. That's what I'm like understanding on what you're saying there, Formula. Personally, I'd say don't buy the models, save the money. If you do get the models, look at a coral reef. There are so many inspirations coming from it. Hell, you could do your whole army, I think, in different colors just as a coral reef. It might look like a mess, but you're playing sea elves. You're playing sea creatures. Okay. I'm sure I could do more green. I want to move to another speed paint. We're going to do you... I'll do this in batches of 5s. No, I don't want you to have a brown coat. Right, 5s or 6? 6. It'll be batches of 6. If I can do that. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. Actually, I'm going to do this guy in black. This will be brown. I think that's a cool idea. You can almost do like bioluminescent as well. If you're doing that deep sea type thing. Oh, these guys are going to be painted black. So why not do one more? Yeah, if you did like a bioluminescence, like you were saying, the purples and the very dark blues, could throw in probably a little bit of greens or that here and there. Oh, that's an interesting look to go for. An oil spill look. I wish you the best of luck when doing that. Okay. Let's see how contrast paint works compared to the speed paint. And oh no, fair enough. Like, just if there's a certain aesthetic or something that you want to buy, I don't see anything wrong with that. I'd say besides like sci-fi Warhammer models, I want to buy a Dragon Turtle model off of Etsy. just out of like all the dragons, besides like Blue Dragon, and even then it's second on my list, Dragon Turtles are my favorite. What's up, Jake? I hope you're having a good evening. Catching me working on some minis other than Warhammer for once. Not that I couldn't run these in Warhammer, they wouldn't be legal in tournament. Let's get this looking pretty good. Say, yeah, we'll keep the caps looking the same color. This is definitely more that like World War I kind of jacket color in a way. Just I've seen a lot of like very beige and brown colors. Like this vibrant green is too green for what I've seen as an accurate World War I guy. This guy's closer to that color. What's up, Osprey? And reading off what Formula said, worst is that my Edoith plan would involve resin and electronics with some LEDs. That would definitely be a project. That would definitely be a very large project to do. But, no, welcome to the, stream, Osprey. I hope you're having a good evening. Hope you had a good weekend last weekend and that you got to enjoy yourself and do something fun. I am working on some 3D printed models that I got from Etsy a while ago. They are for two things I want to do. They're for a RPG game called Never Going Home that's based in World War II. Or no, based in World War One, with a little bit of magic and stuff in it. It's an RPG that interests me. Second, I'm also working on these guys to do a Trench Crusade game with. I wanted to just kind of have... I do want to buy actual Trench Crusade models at some point, but definitely thought some guys in gas masks would fit the setting as well. I think New Antioch or Antion is the faction I'd want to go for with Trench Crusade. They're the ones that look the most like regular soldier. But yeah. They kind of show the RPG book that I was talking about. This is the RPG book that I was talking about. It caught my eye mostly for the watercolor, and then I was reading through it, and I'm like, oh, a World War I setting with, like, magic in it and all that. Yeah, I'll play that. And the whole premise of the game is that you're playing as a soldier, and you're not going to be coming home. Hence the name, Never Going Home. Supposedly, like, you can make characters within 90 seconds. I've been trying to read up and watch some other people play the game so I can kind of learn how it runs, because I'm going to be running this game for my friends. So I got to figure out all that. Yeah, I am excited for it. I wanted... I really like the watercolor style that's in the book, and I wanted to try and emulate that with the models. You don't have to use models in the game. It can be all like in your mind's eye. But if I'm playing with people in person and I can set up like a little gaming table and I can paint some minis and all that, I am going to go for it. Like I said earlier, the plan or the campaign I'm going to be running is called, it's another book that they have, but this is based when the Americans are coming into World War One, and it's Spit in the Dirt. This would be my first time playing it, and I'm going to be playing it with at least 4 people. The idea that I had for the game was like, it's a platoon, which is around like 30 people. At least I looked up like in World War I, it was 30 people. So I'm gonna have like 30 models. It'll be 4 guys that will play, and then when they die, they'll just play another guy from the platoon. And the goal of this platoon is to scout out the Italian countryside or French countryside. I haven't really decided yet. And plan out the rest of the army's invasion. Because this is like an alternate version of World War One. Because like there is magic in it, and it's considered like whispers and stuff like that. It's very like kind of Call of Cthulhu style vibes of horror and all that. So definitely something I want to check out. I don't know much more than that, but if it was something different than D&D that caught my eye and I wanted to try. I'm really liking all these different colors. And the reason why I'm painting the units in different colors, or the models in different colors, is that this is a mixed unit, so it's different armies. So you could have like some Canadian members in here. You could have some like French guys. You could have British. Just I wanted it to be a mixed group. I do play 40K. Most of my other streams have been me painting 40K models. And initially I bought these models to do a Death Court of Krieg army. But now that's kind of changed and they're going into something else. For 40K, my main army is Space Marines. But I also have Custodes, Tyranids, Guard, and those are my 4 big armies. And then I have like a bunch of kill team models or kill team boxes that I haven't built yet. Like I got the Necron kill team. I got the veteran guardsmen that are just a bunch of Kriegsmen. I have the new Tyranid kill team that came out in their box. I gotta finish these guys at some point, but I figured I'd switch up in this stream to something different. And I finished a Chaos kill team for a friend not too long ago. Or at least a custom one for that. He made a custom kill team, or he picked models for it, and I painted up for his own kill team. Yeah. Yes, I am going to get the new Death Watch 1. Just depends on when it comes out, and if I... Yes, I plan on buying it. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I actually might... I'm trying to get some friends together for Thursday. haven't done any AOS armies on my Instagram, which is, if people want to see it, it is linked in my description. But my Instagram is Swampcraft and all that. I've posted one of my Lisbon models I've painted up a very long time ago. I have the Lizardman Spearhead, not the new one, but the one that like has the dinosaur, like the Lizardman riding a dinosaur. That's the Spearhead I have. I've had that one a while, and I do want to build and paint. I just haven't got around to it yet. So in a convoluted way, yes and no. I haven't painted any armies, but I've painted models. Yeah, I need to... I might change up my scheme. Initially, I was going to paint my Lizardman in the scheme of, like, the Mudkip line. So I have, like, the basic skink guy be a Mudkip, and then, like, the next largest guy be, like, a Marshtomp, and then the Croc guys, or the bigger ones on that, be a Swampert, and then the dinosaurs I'd have just as whatever I wanted. But I might change it up now. I might just do a bunch of different kind of lizards. I got distracted. I was talking about the Kill Team box. Yeah, I do want to get that new one. Oh, yeah, Thursday. I'm trying to get some friends together to see if they want to... Okay, let me finish this thought, and then I will answer you, Jake. I'm trying to get some friends together to see if any of them want to play Kill Team. I have a bunch of models already made up that they don't even have to, like, build or paint them. I'll just be like, here's some models, here's the website you need to go and use. Just try to have fun. If you got questions, I'll be here to answer, and we'll try to do my best. With that being said, going over to Jake, I'm not a fan of the Shiny Swampert line, so I don't think I would do a pink lizard. I've just not been a fan of the, like, pink color shinies. I really like the look of, like, the white lizard that's, like, in the Warcry box. I do have that box. I'm trying to think of, like, what I would do for a shiny Swampert instead of it being pink. I wonder if instead of pink you could do, like, a Chinese salamander, or... I mean, Mega Swampert would just be, like, the same colors as a Swampert. You just have to be bigger. I thought about doing, like, one of the dinosaurs as, like, a Sceptile. I thought that'd be cool, because I have some raptors that I could do as, like, Grovyle colors. But I also just want to do different lizards as well, I think, because there's just so many cool combinations. Okay, we're still good. I got a little bit before that ends. Sorry, I thought something was going to happen with the music, and I had to cut it for a second. Formula, I'm working on an underwater... Oh, you're talking to Formula. JJ says to Formula that he's working on an underwater diorama at the moment and was contemplating of using resin. But he airbrushes some nice colors down. Oh, but I airbrushed some nice colors down, and I like it. Okay. Hopefully Formula responds to you there, JJ. could base, talking about the Lizardman Army, I could base the leader off my favorite dragon Pokemon. I think that would be cool. Is if I based it off my favorite dragon. Now I have to decide out of 3 which one's my favorite. Oh, this... Nope. This is my final guy. I gotta wipe off the brush a little bit. My 3 favorites. Like, Flygon is one of my favorites. Salamence, Garchomp, and Dragapult. Maybe I could do Dragapult's colors? I could do Shiny Garchomp. Not that there's much of a difference, but I do like Shiny Garchomp. And Flygon would be a bunch of greens with some red eyes. I'm just tempted. Salamence would be blues and reds. Thoughts. So many thoughts. Thinking I kind of need a vacation for myself. The summer's almost over, and I haven't really done anything like adventurous like I normally do for summer, or taken like a nice trip. I'm kind of thinking I want to rent an Airbnb on the coast somewhere, invite a bunch of friends, and just do a bunch of fishing. And whatever I catch while fishing is what we cook up. Or like whatever we catch as a group is what we cook up. I do have a lot of friends that live on the coast already, so I don't know how many of them would be interested in doing it. Okay, so that's your 5. That's your 5. I will say you will lead these guys. You will lead these guys. And you will lead my personal favorite army. Oh. So when I was building these models, I had a weird little thought that I wanted to do. Because these were going to be like for 40k, and commissars will shoot insubordinate soldiers, I figured this squad leader was going to shoot a guy here. So this model was going to shoot this guy. Good night, Osprey. So in my mind, I was going to be like, okay, this commissar is going to shoot this guy. Or like, this general will shoot this guy. And then this general is going to shoot this guy. Once he shoots that guy. And then like the leader guy is going to shoot the final guy. And then he'll be the only one in charge. Just to show like the whole hypocrisy. Maybe if I did it correctly. This guy shoots that guy. This guy shoots that guy. This guy, when he dies, shoots off his grenade launcher, killing the final guy. Just showing it's a vicious cycle of death. Green for that guy. Brown. And this will be black. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't know that movie. is number 5. I did 6. That's 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be number 6. So then I got a tech specialty guy. And this guy will be painted in black here. Cool. Oh, do I have both? You know, I should not have done this. I have both flamethrower guys that I'm going to paint black. And I should have done one in a different color system. Oh well. Probably out of all the basic units, this is my favorite guy. He's just got his little backpack. He's just marching on in the war. Okay. This will be my first time using this black. Let's see how it looks. How does resin actually like work? I've never used resin before, and I do want to on models. Is it like a big learning hassle curve, or is it like kind of easy? I mean, at some point I just have to learn and do it. Ooh, I like this black. It's a very smoky color. I think I like this more than the Black Templar. Yeah, I figured that's what I was gonna get anyways, was the UV cure resin. How much longer on the music? We got a little bit longer. I'll put that back on. Yeah, that's where I've seen the resin is at Michael's and all that. So it'd be relatively easy to get. Okay, if I do a Deathcore of Krieg army, I think I'm going to do their coats in this black. Oh, I do have a kill team. That's Deathcore of Krieg. I should paint these models in this black. Let's see, Formula says, I've seen it be used for different purposes, mainly dioramas, but sometimes minis. I think it's a 50-50. Some bits might be too difficult to avoid excessive bubbles is one issue. Yeah, and I know it can like melt the models if you're not careful. Like when you're using a UV gun, it just heats everything up. So you have to be careful of all that. Yeah, because you're pouring so much resin in that you have to put the heat on it longer just to like cure it all the way. Okay, it is going to do the add thing, so let me put the music back on in a moment. Try to be better about catching it before it switches. Okay, now we're good there. I'm learning so much from chat this evening. This guy looks like a plague doctor, a grim reaper kind of. It's a little bit scary there. I will say, because some of these models have like a chain sword or this guy like a plasma gun, it will be that alternate. It'll be that alternate feeling of, oh, they discovered this weird technology, but they're still in like the 1915s before the 1920s. So I am interested to see what the players come up with for their squad name and stuff like that. Or like what each company will be called, because I'm painting up these guys in black and I'm like, I almost want to call these guys the Death Company. If they go into something, they're going in because it's a really bad time and situation where they're going. They're most likely not coming back, but they're going in with some heavy, heavy materials. I also want to give my players a tank, but not something that they'd use in combat. It'd be like a infantry transport tank. And it's in my vehicle. I have a Rhino that I can't use in my Space Marine army. So I'm going to like add stuff onto it and just try to make it look like a Chimera. The Corpse Company, yes. This is the Corpse Company. It's the American Corpses. It's the ACC. The American Corp Company, ACC. But yeah, I want to give, or I have a Rhino that I want to try and look like a Chimera. And run it in this game as a troop transport for the players. Like, are 30 models going to fit in a troop transport? No. But they have a relatively home base that they can use to like resupply some stuff in, set up themselves for next little co-op missions and stuff like that. Which I looked up. Tanks got invented in 1915. So in the time frame that I want to play for this war, the tanks are invented. Although, with that being said, if you have plasma guns, I feel like you would have tanks. If you have plasma guns before you have tanks, I feel like you skip some stuff on the spec tree there. The ACC company. Yeah. And that's how I'll say is why they have two flamethrowers. Because if you're putting yourselves into very dangerous situations, I feel like having two flamethrowers is very important. They're also the only company that has the medic. At least out of this group, they're the only ones that have the medic. Look at that. Okay. This is... Okay. I should have given this guy a pistol or some sort of sidearm. I think the only thing he has are grenades by the looks of it. Unless he goes in the battle just randomly injecting the enemy with syringes. Which then, at that point, I feel like this company would be Canadian Corpse Company. These guys could be the Canadians. And for those that don't know, Canadians were brutal during the World Wars. Instead of the ACC, it's the CCC, Canadian Corpse Company. Although Canadians did not wear black from what I saw, they wore brown stuff like that. What did I just do with my brush? It's right there. I think this was supposed to be another commander coat, but I liked it so much on this guy. I wanted him to be like a special veteran of whatever company he was a part of. He's also the only guy that... I'm sure there's some other models I missed that have shotguns, but he's the only one that has like a dedicated shotgun from the looks of it. I need to go shut the door. I got bugs coming in. my Willie. My puppers is here with me to enjoy some pets. Oh, come on. There we go. I thought about also kind of making a reference to Kaivis Kane in these models. Have a Jurgen and a Kaivis Kane like guy. That'd be kind of fun. Gotta throw some more black down. Yes. Oh, I just realized you probably won't be able to tell at all on your side or in the camera, but he's got metal plating and an elbow guard, and I didn't realize that till I just painted it. Which I like that. That makes... I think that's a more badass character right there. He looks badass, but he's most likely going to die in the first, like, 5 minutes of whatever mission he's put on. Nice. Okay, I got one last one from this, and then I got to go back to the other colors. I gotta read through the campaign books and the rule book and all that this week. I don't know if it'll be next week. It might be the week after I try to actually run that game. But I do have the regular D&D game that I gotta schedule that with some friends. I think this is one of the ones that I threw on. Some of these models have... This is a GW bit that I threw on. And this guy has a GW bit. They got the regular rifles that come with the Kriegsmen in their box. I just realized this guy has shoulder tassels. I wonder if I should have switched the bigger hat guy to him. I don't think so. I do like how I give him the most, like, well-supplied backpack out of all the troops. It's kind of funny in my mind. Touch that up a little bit more. Okay. I got one extra guy that I need to figure out what unit I'm throwing him into. How many of these guys have specialties? I don't think these two have specialties. I think he's more of a brown coat guy. He gives me strong, very strong, like, I don't know what country or faction he'll be a part of, but I did mess up, and I will admit. Oh, I am using completely different brown than what I should be. Oh, shoot. It's too late. I'm going to stick with it. I was going to use this brown in all the gas masks, but I think he'll have to get a different color gas mask. He'll be the odd man out. Oh, shoot. You know, he's probably either communications or the mechanic fixing the tank along the way. That might be his specialty. Communications or tank maintenance. It'll be up to the player, whoever plays him, but yeah. Odd man out there. I mean, I definitely will have enough to throw him. He is a part of this squad, just a little bit different. We'll distinguish him. He's a distinguished gentleman. Okay. you off to the side because I don't need that one. This is the brown that I should be using. I will say doing the wood for all these bases will be really quick and easy. I'm going to just throw down the snakebite contrast paint that I have. Oh, that's his actual glove. Ooh. I'm rushing it a little bit too much. On that inside, and then there, that commander. There we go with him. I'm not sold on the hat really quite that much, but I think it will work for what I want him to be. Just connected to that unit. Okay, now we need the green again. Oh, a lot just flew out of that. Okay. I don't know if anyone's read this or not, but I finished the Cursed City book. It's an Age of Sigmar book. I think it came out the same time GW made the board game for it. It's a good book. Definitely has that grim dark feeling to it. I felt sad for all the characters at the end of it, but I think it seems to be a good segue to be like, hey, if you want to complete these characters' story, buy the board game and, you know, play all these characters. So that was a pretty good one. I'm now starting on the one of the AOS Start Here books. I should go back to 40K and finish the books I have there. I've been listening to so much 40K over the year that fantasy has just kind of been nicer to listen to. It's a good change. It's like it's not that I dislike what 40k deals with for enemies and stuff like that, but there's just more variety in AOS. Like, it's not just chaos or orcs they're fighting. I mean, there's like vampires and I mean each other as well, but I've just really like listened to the vampire books so far. I think is why I've felt that way. Okay. I was very quick to get this guy finished up. But now I'm going to move on to using the same color for quite a bit. They're all going to have the same colored pants and the wood's going to be the same color. I'm going to go in with this snakebite leather. It's what I used on this guy. It's a more yellowish brown color compared to this more orangey brown. And that's what I meant to do on this guy, but these guys won't get the snakebite colored pants, nor this guy. These guys will. Do I also want to do the boots, or is it just the pants? I think we'll do boots and pants. Okay. I know, it is the same color as the wood I'm doing. But everything's so caked in mud. Which that is the other color I gotta do, is the mud color at some point. It's kind of the fun part about these models is that they don't have to be all clean looking. They are going to be very dirty models. Okay, I need to scoot you guys to the side and pull you buggers forward. I wonder if I should do a different boot color. Yeah, I'll do a different boot color. Probably use my like favorite brown color for their boots. for anyone curious on what I did for the bases, I took a popsicle stick and cut it up with a pair of plastic snips, or could even be like tin snips. Yeah, took popsicle sticks like these and just cut the round parts off, but then I broke them in half using a little hobby X-Acto knife. Be very careful when you're doing that. Do not cut your fingers. I did not, and I was being very careful not to. And yeah, the popsicle stick sucks up glue very easily, or very quickly. So it was a very quick, once they got glued on, they were on there. And the super glue that I was using this glue on the 3D models here. Pretty much once I glued those guys down to the wood, it was an instant, like, fit. There was no way I was getting that model off without, like, damaging it or damaging the wood in some way. Probably should switch to a different brush. This one is seen better days. Oh, I could do their backpacks too. Oh, shoot. Hold on a sec. You will be my test guinea pig. Yes. Yes. Has anyone in chat actually played Never Going Home before? And if they have, what has been their opinions on it? I wonder what other models I could paint on the channel. I'm sure there's like plenty of other... I know there's one war game called Battletech. They're pretty much mechs. Don't know if I'd get into that, but I definitely would do more... Maybe what I should do is look for models online, buy them or print them off, and give them a try, see how they paint up. Kind of soak up any extra paint I have on that model. Throw it on this guy. Okay. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. What do I want this campaign to be like? I should definitely read the book and find out. But ideally, I don't know, goals I'd like to complete with these guys would be... I mean, the plan is to have the whole platoon just die. It's just a suicide mission in the end. I do think one of the little events I want the players to get to is like a little villa that they can rest up at. Do some recon around, but slowly it just becomes more of a horror house. Things just keep going bump in the night there. Making... Something's just going on, that's all I'll say. I'm not sure what. I haven't really thought about it. Maybe they get sold out by whoever actually lives at the villa. Or it turns out that they're doing some sort of occult stuff at the villa. don't think I'm finishing these guys tonight as much as I probably would have hoped for. Maybe if I only did like a few guys, not almost 30. I won't do that like little bit of extra detail on them now though. That I've like gone here. I'm like, oh, I want to do head highlights. I want to paint the little bit of extra like metal that's here and there and all that. In reality, it's not a lot of detail that the players are going to see. It is detail that I'm going to see. So maybe I do it for myself. He's got little like googly eyes that pop out. He's got a very like scared pose, in my opinion. This guy's like, he's a fresh recruit, and he's scared of everything on the front line. What did I plan for the rest of the week? I don't even know. I forgot what I had planned for stream schedule. Oh, did I have Tyranids posted on Friday? Ah, Tyranids was going to be Friday. Okay. I just forgot what I was going to be doing. Maybe I'll make Saturday be these guys, or it might be a gaming day too. We haven't done a gaming day on the channel in quite a while. Wait, why am I putting it down there? It needs to be up here. Those guys are done. Do I want to paint all their guys' stuff brown as well? I think I will. I think I will paint it brown. I mean, I have to anyways for their base. I missed a part that on that guy. There we go. get all these guys done as well. I put way too much paint on that. Oh no. Hopefully I can absorb a lot of paint on the brush again and throw it down somewhere else. I hope people are enjoying the stream. I know I've been very quiet this whole time. I don't really have a lot to say. I've just been rambling. I've just been a rambling man. I will have a lot more free time on the weekends now. So I'm... Oh, son of a bitch. No. I slipped. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy going to be saying something, and my hand slipped and hit the model with the wrong paint. Can't really tell. I see the black trench coats, and I don't think like American. My brain does go to that deathcore of Krieg, and then I start doing a German accent in my head. What's up, Dorzo? Good to see you here. Hope you had a good trip. What's up, Hannibal? Damn. And I was just getting bored and lonely, and my two favorite chatters show up. Well, some of my favorite chatters. I enjoy chatting with everyone here. I hope you guys are having a good evening. And that you had a good weekend as well. Got off the plane and had to go back to the plant. And they need you to watch that metal again. You guys are catching me at a time of not painting Warhammer models. I am painting some 3D printed models I got a while ago, and they are for Trench Crusade and a RPG that I want to run with some friends called Never Going Home. It's a World War One tabletop RPG. Did you win any of your matches, Dorzo, or no? Three wins, 2 losses. That's not bad. That is not bad. I'm glad you had a lot of fun. It looked like a lot of fun. And yeah, Trench Crusade does seem like a lot of fun. Uh, 3D printing or buying 3D printed models in general is a lot cheaper. I bought 30 of these guys a while ago, and it was like $34. That's without shipping. With shipping, it's a little bit more, but yeah. And these are like, some of them are even better quality than GW models. I gotta look up some more events to go to. I want to do a big vacation trip for myself. I want to like rent a cabin. I said this before. I want to rent a cabin with some friends and just do a camping trip. Thank you. I'll pull out the RPG book in a second. Not the Trench Crusade one, the Never Going Home one, and show you the artwork. I grabbed it for the artwork, and I liked it quite a bit. The art style is heavily watercolor based, and I'm trying to get that same feel with what I'm painting. So this is the book, and it's got some amazing art in it. Yeah, it's going to freak out for a second because it's white on that color, but like, here's a page. This is like some of the creepy stuff that they're fighting in the books and all that. Let's see if I can find another good bit of art. Yeah, it caught my eye, and like I said, it's a World War I base. That's another bit of art right there. What's the title? The title's called Never Going Home. I've been trying to read more in it because I want to play a game based off this. No, don't. Stop doing your weird camera thing. I want to show off some of the art. I'm trying to, and then it's just going to be weird. It is an eye catcher. Here's another good one. You got that blood red. Oh, I didn't even realize below there's like the demons below the soldiers. So, yeah. It's a really nice book. Really nice art colors. I'm going to be running the campaign book Spit in the Dirt. It's based off when Americans were helping out in World War I. So, I'm painting up 30 models, and 30 models is a full platoon, and they're going to be broken up into 3 10-man squads. Yes. I wanted to play I've had this book for a while, and I thought it'd be fun to play with friends. I haven't gone around to doing it yet. You play it mostly with D6s and playing cards. So it's going to be a fun game. Yeah, I mean, they'll definitely, like, will be like that. I'm thinking... I gotta read the book and figure out where it's based and all that stuff, but if it's like a... These are guideline campaigns and you kind of do whatever you want, I'm going to have it so that these guys are traveling from the northern part of Italy or southern part of France, and they're trying to do recon in the area to help plan out the next part of the invasion for the Allies. Yeah, I got a lot to paint as well, and I have to start storing it a lot. You got 2 new armies? Like, did you get them while on vacation? Or were they models that you just had before? And we're kind of working on. Oh, one-page rule sends them every month. Yep. Okay, fair enough. I was talking with someone from my game store about one-page rules a little bit. Because he was saying, like, yeah, I'm a part of the Patreon for them, and I don't play 40K, I play that. And he's more of a fantasy player, but... I will say I'm doing better on buying minis than I have in the past. I haven't bought any more minis. I definitely bought Jungle Fighter Orcs and Fantasy Steampunk Dwarves. That sounds really cool. I'm hoping I'm giving these guys the watercolor feel that I was trying to go for. Don't they have an army like that in Age of Sigmar? Steampunk Fantasy Dwarves? I'm sure the 3D printed model ones look way better than what GW has made, which I'm probably going to be buying some more 3D printed models and painting them up. I do have like some I want to buy, but I don't think they're safe for YouTube. And I want to buy them just for the gimmick of playing them with friends. Okay. So all these guys are set and done. Now it's you guys. Your backpacks are going to be different colors? Or should I do it all the same color? F it. I'll do it the same color. We'll just do different colored pants. Or I give these guys green backpacks. Or I give them green pants. And then they'll still have the brown backpacks. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I should have a medic per squad, but I only got one medic. This is the only medic unit I have. Also, I was talking with JJ earlier. All the guys dressed in black. I'm probably going to change their name, but we came up with the name ACC, meaning American Corpse Company. But I think I'm going to change it to the Canadian Corpse Company, and we'll just call it the CCC. So the guys dressed in black are just Canadians with suicide missions. But it all really depends what my players decide to do. And I'll check out the dwarves in a moment. Chaos Computer Club? I was more thinking the Canadian Corpse Club, only because Canadians have a really strong reputation in World War I and II for being ruthless and not very nice to people. But Chaos Computer Club is also very interesting. Okay, I'm going to check out your thing you posted. Oh. I think the dwarves would work for a friend of mine. Hannibal, have you not heard about the Canadians during, like, World War I and II? The joke is right now, the Canadians are so nice right now is because they're making up for what they did back in World War I and II. I'm not a big history buff, so I don't know exactly all the rules for it. But I don't know if the Geneva Convention was created to stop the Canadians from messing with prisoners and stuff like that. When you get a chance, Hannibal, you should look up what the Canadians did during World War II. Both sides did a lot of bad things. Yeah, the evil German men were definitely worse. But I heard of a story, I don't know if this was a World War I thing or II, but the Canadians were... No, if you want to keep like a happy mind about things, don't look it up. But one story was like the Canadians were tossing food over to the German trenches, like a bunch of canned food and stuff like that. Or they were having a lot of food, and then one day they tossed food over. I'm not fully sure. This is just something I heard secondhand. And then one day, they decided they would throw live grenades over as well. Once they, like... So they threw some food over, and they kept doing it as a repeat thing to the Germans. And then one day, they did throw food over the wall. They threw live grenades. So the Germans went running for these things that they thought were canned food. Turns out it's a grenade, and they just got exploded. Yeah, when I say Canada was not nice, I think that's like the tamest thing Canada did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of the rules, like I said in the Geneva Convention, were put in place because of Canada. Oh, so I have this one unit that or this one guy. He was initially supposed to be a flag bearer, but I accidentally broke the flag off and I never went around to gluing it. So I decided I'd take some green stuff, or like this little, like, molding stuff. This stuff, which is called green stuff. And I would make him be walking around with a crutch. He's still taking part in the battle because he's got his gun ready to go, but he's injured while on campaign. I'm also thinking about giving my players a tank. It's not something they can use in combat all the time, but it's more of a mobile base that they can then use to, like, you know, keep track of supplies, do safer travels in, and yeah, just, I don't know. I thought it'd be fun to give them like a little mobile base. Plus, I have a 40k tank that I want to kit bash into a tank for my guard army, because I really can't use it in my Space Marine list. I could use it in like some other lists I have, but it's not really that well, or I don't have the units for it. So I figured kit bash it, make it into troop transport for another army. Nice. Hey, if you don't want the proxy ad mech stuff, you can send it to me and I would happily build it and all that. If it's that much of a problem, Dorzo. If it's that much of a problem. No, not yet, but I did sit down and do a session 0 with everybody and talk about the setting. I think this week I gotta message them and schedule a time, but I don't think we can do a game until middle of August, because that's when one person's free on the Friday or Saturday. It's kind of tough because I got one player that can only play on Fridays or Saturdays, and most people take those days to do fun stuff. And two of my players are, one is in Austria, the other one's in Ireland. So time zone is a very big issue that I gotta deal with. But it is in the works. Oh wait, I said I was gonna do green for their pants. Why did I paint it white? I just did it. Or I didn't do it. What? I did the brown just to. I never thought I could either until I just did it. It was a big learning hurdle on how to DM. I like to think I got better, but I haven't done it in a while either. I realized all the players that I have, it's a serious setting, but it's not going to be a serious game. I literally have 3 people that do nothing but joke around. And those are my players. Yeah, none of my players ever were. They've all played D&D before. One hasn't played D&D since high school, which was 10 years ago for us, and they played 3.5. That shows you the age of, like, his knowledge. I will be doing it on Roll20, which will be for the first time. I gotta go through and build a map for that and all that, but... Yeah, no, I tried 3.5 for the first time, and it was a doozy trying to learn it, is how I will word it. I had a lot easier of a time playing in 5th edition than all that. I don't know what's up with the new D&D one, if it's like D&D 5e or what it's called. Oh, I'm gonna crack those knuckles. I'm actually gonna pull these guys back out, and I'm gonna paint up their pants green. I'll do their leg wrappings too. I have not seen Tailspire. Level 10. Wasn't that like really early D&D when you could cast level 10 spells? And now it's like you can only go up to level 9 because level 10 is so broken. Oh, 3.5 had level 10 spells? Oh, it had Wish. But isn't Wish like a level 9 spell? Oh, Wish is now level 9, but it was a level 10. I mean, there's still a way to cast level 10 spells now, but they're just not called level 10. And they do, like, serious damage, I think, to the player if they try. It's like the only people that can cast level 10 are like the gods of like the D&D world. At least that's what I heard like in a YouTube short years ago. That green actually works very well with that brown. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds very right for what I've heard. Like casting a level 10, like how to cast a level 10 spell. Which that's crazy. You need 10 level 20s and 3 of them like do die. That's such a bright green compared to everything else. I feel like I'm painting on green tights. Okay. I will check that out in a second. Ba 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 ba. Let's see about this tail spire. What's loud? Is my music too loud, or is it the thing Dorzo sent, like with the video stuff? Yeah, I'm lucky that none of the sounds are playing, and I'm not going to play any of the sounds. It looks cool. I will check it out after stream. Talking about stream stuff, I'm like half tempted to stream my D&D game on here, but I don't think I'd be able to. I'd have to... I don't think if I streamed it to YouTube that it would stay on YouTube, is how I would say about it. It might be a Patreon exclusive thing, just because of what I'm afraid my players would say. Does that make sense? Like I had one player. I asked about like the last time he played D&D, and I'm assuming this is like tame compared to most people that play D&D. But he said, like, the last character I played just hung an NPC, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of like where we stand with the world, anyways. So I try to ask my players like their comfort level on like games and stuff like that, because in my opinion the world feels like a very sensitive place, and I don't want to make anyone upset. You used to draw. You you used Microsoft Paint and drew the maps live for everyone. Oh, like in your D&D games. Yeah. I mean, the only time I want to use a map is during combat. Other than that, it would just be like voice talking. Oh, and that's the other thing too. Like if I did live stream stuff like that, I'm nervous of just doing voices because I'm really bad at doing voices. I don't want to upset my players, so what I have in the setting for the world is very much a world that discriminates against okay. So like what I mean by that is like let's say I had a player that was gay or something like that. And in the world I'm playing, like gay people are treated really badly and he chooses to play a gay character. I have to then be like, are you okay with, you know, being attacked for what your character's like, or would you rather not that be a thing? Yeah, so when I was telling my players, like, hey, the game is going to be, you know, kind of like the Salem Witch Trials, they're just burning people at the stake for, like, any little reason. Yeah, that is something different, but it's just like, I don't want to offend or get in trouble with people. I guess I am quite a bit of a people pleaser when I look back on it, but yeah, that's why I kind of feel like it's more of a personal game than something I would stream. If I was to ever stream a game, I would have to tell everyone like, "Hey, we have to do it this way." Yeah, group project is definitely. I don't know. I feel like my. No, I'm just gonna. You have 425 hours in Roll20. That is quite a lot of hours. I don't know if I have anything in like. I don't think I have anything that's like 420 hours in something. That's a lot of time in any sort of thing. Okay, where are we at? Jesus, Hannibal! Okay. I guess if you do play a lot of D&D, you can get that many hours, but that's a lot of hours. Rory, come here. What? Rory, come here. Come on. Damn, those are some very long games. I don't think I've ever had a game last a summer. Like 3 months is how I feel like I've had a game last. Probably longer than a summer, but it's definitely a lot. Hmm. What color do I want to make the gas mask? I want to make all their colors, or all the gas masks the same color. Maybe not. Maybe I will make it different colors. I'll grab these guys again. Dark gray or reddish. Could definitely do that for the mask. Like a reddish color, dark gray. I feel like if I do red for the green guys, it's going to be a lot of Santa colors. I was thinking of doing the brown that's on these guys' jackets for the mask on the green, because that would pop out quite a bit. But yeah, probably I'll keep them around the same. I don't think the dark gray would work, especially where I already have a black coat, guys, which all these guys are painted. So, is it now that I finally move over to actual paint? Hmm. Oh, I did have one more contrast paint I wanted to do for two models. This guy and this guy. Anybody else? I don't think anyone else has an open coat besides you. That's a good combo of characters. Talking about Dorzo's D&D characters, like that's a good combo characters. Nope. This one. Oh, did I use a brand new bottle? I did use a brand new bottle. Okay, here's a crazy thought. What if I did this white color for the mask? Dorzo, is your favorite class wizard by chance? No, not Dorzo. Hannibal. I meant Hannibal. Hannibal is your favorite class wizard by chance. Well, I'm glad you answered either way, Dorzo. I didn't mean to say your name. I think the white will work, especially with the black. Yeah, I think with the black it would be good. Kind of give him that skull face look. I don't know what my favorite class in D&D is personally. There's just so many good combos that you could do. How is Pathfinder? Is it like complicated to build a character in? Like I want to play Pathfinder, but I've never understood character creation. So, all that I'm hearing from Hannibal is, do not DM a game for me. So, okay, Hannibal's on my, if I ever play a D&D game with players, like, if I ever play a D&D game with chat, do not play it with Hannibal. Oh. Okay. Other little thing that I just kind of remembered and wanted to throw this out there for chat. Saturday is a to be determined stream. Oh, night. I don't think I have 2.0 Pathfinder, but I gotta double check. So, Saturday stream is to be determined. I had the idea, I'm not sure how many people play Magic the Gathering, but if people, or if chat wanted to play on Tabletop Simulator Magic the Gathering, I'd be down to do that. As a Saturday stream, I just found out how to get that working because I was playing with some friends. And I thought that would be a fun little community thing. I'm not good at it, so I'd be asking a lot of questions to try to figure it out. But I don't have to do it either. If anything, I can continue painting and stuff. I just thought it would be a fun community stream. Oh, I'm bad at Magic as well. I've only won 2 Magic games in my entire time playing Magic. And I only won because my second time winning was with Tabletop Simulator playing a deck the second time. Okay, we are going to scoop this paint onto here. No, fair enough. It was just an idea. Probably not something I was going to do because to have a bunch of random people add me on Steam would be kind of weird and all that. So it could be a gaming day. It could be just another paint day. No, we won't use that one. But I was just trying to think of other things that I can do besides what I have been doing. Okay. Let's give this a try. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I might actually do that. If I can figure out how to make a second account, I could do that. I should do that, especially if I play Space Marine 2. I played Space Marine 2 on stream once, and I had someone from stream actually was watching and join us while playing. And I did add them as, like, a person. I like that white color of the gas mask. I think that is a very good move. Especially against the black. Yeah, yeah. I do feel like I might be crossing the line a little bit with chat sometimes here on like how friendly I'm getting with everybody and like how much personal stuff I'm kind of throwing out and about. I just tighten up. I mean, yeah, I should. Like, even with you two, Dorzo and Hannibal, I feel like I've been getting a little too chummy, and I should definitely be careful. But, on a different subject, I think that white kind of it's kind of skin. It's not skin tony, but it could be like that white burlap sack on their face. I think that works out really nicely for these guys. But with that all being said, it doesn't mean I don't dislike chatting with stream and all that stuff. Just you always need to be careful on the internet because you never know how people actually are. I appreciate everyone watching and being a part of the community and sharing their thoughts and all that. I forget who it was. Someone recommended like can't say that. You definitely care about something. You have to care about something out there. If not, then like what's the point of even continuing? And Hannibal's a nihilist. God, what is the community that I'm bringing in here? Is this even a healthy community? Do I gotta bring some more like positivity in here? Okay, Dozo said plastic crack. That's what. Fair enough. And Hannibal said no. What? Like no? I don't need to bring any positivity here. I like to try and be positive for whoever's in here. I want to try brightening up everyone's day. No, not a healthy community. Well, oh, well, Hannibal, I'm glad you told me the truth. We can now all blame you for me quitting YouTube because this will be my last stream. So yeah, once stream's over, that's it. No more streams. No more channel. I'll go back into obscurity. Whatever makes it work. To be honest, there are tons. So, I do have a little bit of an imposter syndrome, I like to think. I don't like to think. I feel like I do because I don't feel like I'm worthy enough to even. I should have hit that fly. Nurgle is upset. To finish my thoughts, I'm very appreciative and lucky to have the people in chat that I do have. I don't feel like I deserve the people in here that I do at the moment. Um, I'm always like, there are way better people out there than myself that you guys could be watching. But I really do appreciate like every view, every like, every person. Like even if they're just like popping in and out, I still appreciate them being in here because this is like the little bit of joy that I need sometimes. I do get joy being out with my friends, hang out with them. Don't get that, but real life can wear you down very easily, and feeling like you have a place that you can just chat and be yourself with and just vent to it makes me feel better at least. So yeah. Let's quick with all those guys. Let's move on to the green, see how it looks with those guys. But I am curious some days if I'm actually like if I have a bipolar like personality thing or if I suffer from depression. I'm sure I do, or I just get like relatively sad. I think most people they'll get sad or have periods where they get sad. Luckily for myself, I do pull myself out of it. But I would say this weekend and last week, I'm like, I'm home alone, bored, not. Okay. I will change subject because Dorzo said something. Not gonna lie, not many live streamers are going for live painting miniatures. I feel like there are some very not gonna lie, not many live streams are going on for live painting miniatures. No, a lot of it is really like games and stuff like that. What kind of keeps your attention and is supposed to be like the gaming industry or the gaming sphere for live streams and stuff is really strong. I do know of one other person that paints like live and all that, and they do commissions. They upload their VODs to YouTube, but they stream on Twitch. Um, I think Twitch has a bigger community of live stream painters. A lot of people that do paint and like post it to YouTube just do videos. They don't really do the live streams. Not saying I do want to do videos, but I just find it easier to sit on YouTube and live stream than I do Twitch. Twitch has just kind of been confusing for me the whole time. There's definitely there's a sphere for it. The problem is that there's just not like a lot of people that watch for it. But good night, Hannibal. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Yeah, I will be doing Friday Tyranids, and Saturday will be probably more painting, but it's also to be determined. We could have a. I mean, yeah, my algorithm for like what it recommends me to like watch and stuff like that. Although I will say I found like one other live stream painter on YouTube, but they only do it through like the YouTube short system. I am a part of a community that is a bunch of different creators. I don't post myself in there anymore. Ah, okay. So, if I got to be, in quotes, big streamer, I would lose you as a viewer. Is how I have read that. I mean, it's understandable because, like, when you're in a stream and there's a lot of people, you want to be noticed by the person that's doing the live stream. You want to have a conversation and all that. And it can get lost very easily when you have, like, let's say 75 people watching and half of them are chatting. It's hard for that streamer to keep up and watch them. And then that's usually why at that point it's probably being honest. No, fair enough. I mean, if I do get big and I don't see you around here, Dorzel, I will be sad, but if that's, you know, how you enjoy YouTube, that's how you enjoy YouTube. I will not hold it against anybody. So you would be someone that would go back and watch this stream as a VOD? Or would you... Well, I'm glad it works out that way. I'll keep that in mind, though. Like I said, I do want to upload videos. I gotta sit at the computer and do it, or go on Fiverr and just hire someone. Well, like uploading videos? Yeah, it'll definitely help the channel, like uploading actual content videos. It's easy just to press a button for me and just start recording. And that's kind of what I do. Like, I do set up some stuff before stream and all that, but it's always a time thing. I think I'd also do better if it was like an early morning stream where not a lot of people are streaming yet. So I'm catching the people that are up and want to watch a stream, but not their favorite streamer isn't on yet. Okay. I think this tan color is working out perfectly for all these guys. Wasn't something like the first gas mask like a tan color, like how I'm doing it? I know with the ones that they put on the horses, that was like pretty much just a bag over their faces with like goggles. Probably when you get to the new place, I would pitch the tip. Oh no, I would pinch the tip to figure out how to make you louder. I mean, if I can be louder by being closer to my microphone. That'd be one thing of being louder. There are ways of doing it. But now that you said it, I'm curious. I'm going to my settings to figure out. Ah. This might make me louder. Oh, like a clip-on mic or more clear. Yeah. Yeah. I did just look at my volume and my computer turned me back down. But you're kind of in a can. I've never really heard I've never heard back myself on video, so I have no idea what I sound like. So that's good to know. I should definitely invest in a new microphone. I'm not going to disagree with that. A new microphone would definitely be. Okay, okay. I don't know. Maybe that... Why is that not... I don't know. I kind of messed with my volume settings here. I'll take a look into mic qualities and probably different microphones as well. Because I am like 2 feet away from my microphone as well. I'm sure if I had it lean closer, This is all information I need to know and stuff that I can improve on. So I will definitely will keep that in mind. In reality, if I could, I would hook up Audacity to like clear my voice while I'm streaming and then upload that. Because I could make myself sound cleaner and louder through Audacity, but I don't know how to have it do that while live. But yeah, definitely when I'm at the new place, I'm gonna have a proper setup at the new place, I think. I'll have a desk that won't jiggle when I move. I'll invest in a microphone. Yeah, definitely in time, but I think I kind of want to get a professional microphone, like one that has a pop filter and that sits in front of my mouth that way. More than a clip-on mic. You know what I'll do? I'll finish up all these guys' mask, and then I'll call it a night here. Because I do need to get some sleep. I've heard Blue Yeti's good. I'm using like a microphone from Razer that I bought from Walmart. I just bought it, not even for like... Did I buy it for recording? I don't think I bought it for recording. I just bought it because I've always like having a mic stand over a headset. Like my headset does have a microphone in it. I just don't like the sound quality in it. I don't know. I will definitely take a look into Blue Yeti. The problem is that if I get a mic that you can hear people from like rooms away, And then I got a roommate that's like, let's say, having an argument with their significant other. Do I want chat to hear that? That is a good question. But not. I do know at the new place, the office will be up in a loft. It won't be like in a room that's enclosed. In my old apartment, I do want to make live stream highlights. I just don't sit in. If I sit in front of this computer, it's just for painting or playing video games. Like, I have all the footage from the... Or I have most of the footage from, like, the Kill Team build. Which, think about how many months ago that was. Oh. A live stream. I don't think it would hurt. There's definitely been some funny jokes or things here and there, but... Like, showing up on someone else's comp. I would definitely feel like I've made it as a YouTuber or streamer if I said something and I ended up on like a YouTube compilation for something stupid. Because knowing myself, it'll be for something stupid I say or something like I would find embarrassing or cringy, but other people just laugh at. Joke long gone. I think it flew over my head. If you made a joke, it flew over my head, and I did not. It was a flat, not fly ball. It was a. No, yeah, it was a fly ball. I was probably prime and ready to catch it, and then it just flew right on by. I saw a butterfly and got distracted by that. Another painting competition. And the delay doesn't help. Yeah, I'm curious how big the delay is because I do take a big pause when I'm reading chat and then answering. Because I have chat open in another tab and I read it like instantly as you guys say something and answer it when I see it. But I don't know what the delay is between when you guys say something and then to me answering it. I think there'll always be a delay. Maybe. I'll have to look into that. But yeah. Okay. 1, 2... I'll restart. 1, 2, 3. Oh, God. I just see one now. That is at least 5 to 10 seconds of delay. That is a very big delay. Oh, I figured you did it as soon as I finished counting. God. I will look into how to stop delays and stuff like that. And Huh, so that's a good solid, like, 5 seconds. I'll say a good 5 seconds, but it's most likely 10. It was accurate. Okay. I do know in other streamers chats that I've like messaged in is that there's been a delay from when my message is sent, and either they read it or I see it pop up on stream. There's always some sort of delay. But with that being said, I think this is a good stopping point. I got, excuse me, 3 different color combination designs. I think if I had to rank my favorite from, like, the one in the middle, the black is my favorite, then it's going to go to the brown and green, and then it's going to go to the green and, like, yellow. That's what I like the most in color combinations. So I think this works out well. I did black speed paint and then a dark blue speed paint on the inner coat, and that kind of worked, but it's I don't know. Anyway, with that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It's been a pleasure talking to all of you and hanging out and chatting. If you want to see more content, feel free to like and subscribe. I will be doing another stream on Friday this week and Saturday as well. And if you want to support the channel in another way, you can donate to my coffee. That is spelled Kofi. And anything you donate there goes directly into making the channel better. Whether that is getting new microphones, new lights, new setup, it all goes back into the channel. It is nothing that I get for myself. So, with that all being said, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.